What's going on? What is your boy Steve Dab 317 back with another reaction video? And I really just stumbled across this clip from the Breakfast Club. It says it's titled, as you can see up above me, Jay-Z leaves the audience speechless. One of the best motivational speeches ever. If you've been following my channel for a while, you would know that I've kind of mentioned getting into releasing some of my motivational speeches and stuff on the channel. Haven't got around to adding any to this channel yet, but it is still on my to-do list. It's still amongst things to come. So with no further ado, let's jump right into this one, see what he has to say, and I'll give you my thoughts as the video is playing.
No, I just don't care about it. It's almost like a loser's mentality. It's like everyone's so spoiled. Like it's like, he won't let me shine. I even heard someone say like, yo, why Jay won't let Kanye? I'm like, let Kanye. Kanye's Kanye. He's gonna do what he does. That's a loser's mentality. My albums came out with Outkast, Lauren, Q-Tip, all of them in 1 week. Everybody did good. Look at the chart now. It's Wale, #1. This is like a shameless plug. Rock Nation managed artist, J. Cole, which would probably go to #1 next week again. No.
Hey, J. Cole hard though. Like, man, J. Cole, not only does he spit, J. Cole always has a message. J. Cole always has something to say. Of the, what I would consider newer generation rappers, like he's probably one of my top 5 easily. J. Cole, because he got something to say. He's got a message. If you're not familiar with it, check out J. Cole. J. Cole's nice.
For the first time ever, but he'll go to #1, Rock Nation, and it's Kanye. Everyone's flourishing. You got to be out. You got to be able to compete. Still sharp and still. You got to get out there and you got to earn your spot. It's not given. It's such a spoiled brat losers mentality it's annoying. There's a knowing in being an artist. There's a knowing. You can't guess. You can't think. There's a knowing. You have to know that even if it doesn't work today, tomorrow, there's artists that I play that weren't popular at the time that I play more than I play current artists. Shuggie Otis, I suggest you just go look up Shuggie Otis. He was amazing. And at the time, it wasn't this hugely popular thing, but I think when it all is said and done, we would play that music more than any other music. Right, so you have to have this knowing that, okay, it may not work today, it may not work tomorrow, but this is the right thing, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what's feeding me. So that would be the best advice that I can give you. That knowing, just believe in what you're doing, and if you don't believe in it, then you're not doing it.
Yo, listen, I'm glad I checked out this video. For anybody who hadn't checked it out on their own, hopefully you get something from this video as well, to be steadfast and motivated, and whatever it is you got going on, whether you're thinking about starting a business, whether you're thinking about just taking a leap of faith and buying a home, or opening a non-for-profit, or whatever it is you got going on, just trusting the process. That's kind of what he's getting at here. Listen, there will always, perfect example, look at the comments on my videos. Like most videos, you're going to find at least one person who just digs down as far as they can to try to find something negative to say. And like, some people are just like that. And like, if you're not careful, those people will start to discourage you and throw you off your path. You know what I mean? But you got to stay laser focused and just like, no, like, this is what I'm doing. This is the direction I'm going. And regardless of what other people think, and I've said it before on my channel, like with these videos, I love doing videos to share with each and every one of you, but at the same time, like when I'm dead and gone, I like the idea that my children and maybe at some point grandchildren or great-grandchildren can watch these videos and get an idea of me, my personality. They can laugh with me, they can smile with me, they can cry with me, just all of that kind of wrapped into the what makes YouTube videos appealing to me. So
you haven't figured out the thing that you do best yet. When you feel it and when you know, no one can tell you. You only have to be right once. I got up around 8, had some breakfast, ran a mile. It was really tough. I just came from Aspen. Yeah, I just wanted to touch it a little bit. I mean, everyone can't be like you, man.
It's gone away.
So, ran a mile. Then I went to the office, read a bunch of emails, read some more emails, downloaded some music legally. Had a meeting with some great people. I don't want to really say anything.
Hey, anybody remember when LimeWire first hit the scene? Like, LimeWire was crazy. Easy way to get viruses too, but man, LimeWire, FrostWire, like all that stuff, Napster, man, it was so crazy.
Name yet?
Then Steve Jobs came along with Apple
Music.
Apple Music.
Went to the studio. Had dinner. Oh, went to the Nets game. We won. We're up 3-2. Thank you very much. Went to sleep.
Good day, full day.
Great day. Yeah, we was going to Club Exit, and we get into we get in the front of the club. We pull up, and Big sees some guys out there, and he says, "Man, I'm not going in there." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "No, these guys over there. I'm not even, I don't feel like it tonight." So me and Tata, we just came in the music business. We don't really understand what he's saying. We think he's scared. So we like, "What? Let us out this car right now." So me and Tata leave the car, and we talking about Big behind his back. And we was like, "Man, could you believe that, man? He's scared of these guys." But we wanted to prove to the guys in front of the club that we wasn't scared. So we go in the club, Big pulls off, and for a while, I thought that he was really scared of these guys. Until later on, I realized that he had a bigger goal, and he knew where he was going, and he didn't want to deal with it. He wasn't scared. It was just like, why put himself in that position if he didn't have to? And I thought that was genius.
Yo, I'm stopping right here. So, man, he just said a mouthful, and I say that because so many people out here so many things happen to people out here, and their ego has a lot to do with it, and like, if I were having a conversation right now with a teenage me, a 20-year-old me, like, I would be telling me like, bro, like, it's not that deep. Put your ego to the side and live to talk about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's so many things that at a young age I thought were extremely important and significant, and I cared so much about my ego and my reputation and what other people thought about me. And like, it took me a lot of years and a lot of learning and a lot of betrayal in my life, until I realized that, like, everybody who say that they for you ain't really for you. Before I realized, like, when it's all said, and now I've been around for a while, and I watch people, as they pass away. And you take Facebook, for example. You will look, and people posting pictures from 10, 15, 20 years. Man, we were so cool. This is my age. And truth be told, they ain't talked to them in over a dozen years. But what it really comes down to is people, they want that dopamine rush. A lot of people, not all people, but they want that dopamine rush. They want to be like, I know such and such. I know this person. I know, here's a picture of me and whoever, and they're no longer with us. And they want to hear the prayers for you, RP, my condolences. Sorry for your loss, and the occasional sorry for your lost with a T. I'm sure you've seen those posts as well. But you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a lot of people who thrive off of that. You know what I mean? A lot of people who get validation from that. And it's unfortunate, but as I watch and I pay more attention, I realize, like, most people around me in life aren't really for me, right? It's a lot of people who know of me, but like, the people who, perfect example, the people who know me well, they know, like, I tell them often enough, like, when I die, don't get on my Facebook page, Instagram, none of that, writing about, like, man, I'm going to miss. Nah, bro, none of that. Like, if you care about me, tell me why I'm here. Like, I don't want to hear about, or I don't, on my way dying, when I go to the afterlife, I'm not going to be worried about what's written on Facebook. I got other more glorious things to be focused on. So don't save it until then. If you have something positive to say to me, like, say it now, just as much as to whoever's watching this video. If you got something positive to say to somebody, like, call them up, text them, something, email, whatever you got to do, but let somebody know you care about them. Let them know you love them. Let them know, hey, you appreciate them. Let them, you know what I mean? Just do it while they're here. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. This, for all I know, this could be my very last video. You know what I mean? Like, none of us know. So uh yeah, it's I definitely get where Big was coming from, being a more mature person, and then I also can see Jay's perspective, being that younger, that tough, that macho. I ain't afraid of nobody. Like I've been there, and I get it. I get the adrenaline rush behind it. I get how it feels when you confront, But wisdom tells you like it ain't worth it. Now in this day and age, especially like with these youngsters who are, many of which I know don't want to fight. They just want to pull out that eye, and you know what I mean. But like, I try to avoid as many situations as I can, and it's not because I'm afraid for myself. It's just that I know, one, I know what I'm capable of. Two, I don't want to put myself in a position where I allow someone to force me to have to respond accordingly. You know what I mean? I just try to keep everything level. So, just call me Mr. Walk Away. I tend to just try to avoid or walk away from situations whenever possible. So take it for what it's worth. It's YouTube. I've got to be selective with the words I use, but those who understand will understand. Those who don't, that's fine as well.
And I guess that helps me a lot as well. And I thought that question was great. Thank you. It's always good to compare yourself to people you look up to, right? Because you give yourself a high goal. You set high standards for yourself. And, pretty much the way he lived his life in the parallel.
All right, and I'm going to interrupt him real quick. So I'll say, he said it's always good to compare yourself to people you look up to. I will add the caveat that it's good when you can do so without being envious. Right. And I add that caveat because a lot of people I can't even say a lot. Some people compare themselves to somebody else, but then it becomes a jealousy thing or an envious thing. Oh man, this person got such and such. So it's one thing to look at somebody who has more and be motivated, like, yo, if I see Jay-Z's a billionaire, that lets me know, hey, bro, I could be a billionaire. I just got to grind harder and, you know what I mean? And follow the blueprint that he's laid out. No pun intended, but it kind of sort of is, right? But just kind of follow, you know what I mean? The track that I can see that actually works and go from there. But so that's the caveat I'll add to that, what he's saying right here.
Yourself to people you look up to, right? Because you give yourself a high goal. You set high standards for yourself. And, pretty much the way he lived his life and the parallels and how he affected culture is what I strive to do. He had a record label and he owned Reprise Records and he released Jimi Hendrix. Kanye West is my Jimi Hendrix. My record label was Rockefeller. Just compare yourself to the greats. Set the bar really high. Because all he can do is the best he can do. He's not a superhero. And it's unfair to place unfulfillable.
Hey, real quick, and it's interesting that he mentions Kanye. Of course, there's a ton going on with Kanye. And I know I said I've got a really big project coming up. Kanye is a section or segment of it. So just make sure you hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss it. I'm telling you, you won't.
Expectations on this man just because of his color. You're actually doing the opposite. It's like, what do you think is going to happen? He's there for 8 years. And he has to undo what 43 presidents have done in 8 years. It's not fair.
What do you think of the state of, I'm not going to say just black leadership period, on the things you care about in the country? Who do you look at and say, this man or woman speaks for the things I care about?
It's going to be funny, but I find it funny. But my leadership, I like Dave Chappelle's leadership. Because he tells it in humor so you can deal with it, but it's always a nice chunk of truth in there. I can only assume because I don't know the answer to that, except that, sometimes people's success, make people feel, instead of saying, wow, that person's successful and I'm inspired. Well, some people are. Some people are like, that person's successful, I'm a strive and I'm gonna be exactly where they are. And some people are just like, they got the reverse attitude, like their success means my failure. So I hate that success, so I have.
And this ties back into what I said a few minutes ago, but yeah, spot on. Some people are like it.
I have to make some kind of explanation of why they're here and why they shouldn't be here and why they wouldn't be here if this person was here. Who thinks like that? If you take that long to think, if you take that long to think about someone why they shouldn't be here, then you're good.
That millionaire in the
you
background?
should be doing something with that intelligence.
Or Charlemagne. I said chameleonaire. Charlemagne, that's what I meant to say.
You're good, and you should be doing something with that intelligence. Lock my body, can't trap my mind. Easily explain why we adapt to crime. I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. That's how we on it.
But that line, I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. That's how we on it. Living the American dream with a vengeance. I'm gonna get it. I don't give a I'm gonna get it. And
you gotta understand the reason, right? Why does that guy think like that? Right? How do you arrive at that point? You gotta also look at that. You have to look at that. You got to look at the environments and places we live in and how things are set up and how things are structured and how we're always the last on the totem pole, even from our schooling to our...
All right, so, hold on.
Our roads to, you know, everything that all the obstacles that's placed in front of us, even our living conditions. You live in a project, someone lives here, 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 and here. You know, you have to deal with all these different type of personalities. You're in the box. Someone's above you, below you, to the right of you, and to the left of you. And every day you have to manage that circle. And that's just 2 floors. These buildings have 26 floors, right? These low-income houses, and everything is messed up there. So that's like living dormant. If this is what I have to live for, then I'm going to take a chance to get more. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I think that rap in particular is a young man's sport, that I'll move out of that white hot space. But rap is about the gift of discovery. To be the cool person in school, you have to know the newest music, the newest dance move, have the newest clothing on. So rap is based on that. What's new? What do you, I know you know Jay-Z is good, but do you know this song right here that only 4 people heard it?
Right.
At the end of the day, we're gonna find out it's not about the white hot space, but it's about finding the truth. That white hot space, people think is the biggest thing, but it's really small. It's almost like a trend. Will you rather be a trend or you rather be Ralph Lauren?
Right.
But I'm the person that looked at the Mona Lisa and be like, man, that's gonna be cool in 40 years.
Right.
Right? I play forever.
Right.
I play forever. And so my whole thing is to identify with the truth, not to be the youngest, hottest, new trendy thing. I think in business, one of the biggest things is to open yourself up for change. You don't have to change who you are and how you operate, but just, you know, if the landscape has changed, then the way we do business.
Yeah, hey, real quick, I'm just gonna touch bases on this real quick, but you know, you hear a lot of people like, oh man, he changed up or she changed up. Like, listen, here's the reality in life. If you look at where you were 10, 15, 20, whatever years ago, and nothing has changed in your life, and you're not where you want to be or close to where you or headed in the direction where you want to be, bro, something has to change. That's just a given. If you, let's say if you set out to be a multi-millionaire, right? And whatever you're doing in life, if 10 years from now, 10 years from the day, you're in the exact same financial position you were in this day, like something needs to change. Like whatever approach you're taking, that's not gonna get you there. So something needs to change. You know, it's people sometimes they look at people who change their circle, change people they hang around, like, oh man, they changed, they different now, or they fake or funny acting. Like, bro, listen, my circle's changed a lot. My interests have changed a lot. And my level of wisdom has changed a lot. You know, so I make different decisions, which I believe are better decisions. You know what I mean? I don't post up with the homies no more, just chopping it up and, you know what I mean, joning on each other. Like I don't much do that because I don't have time. I got so many other things going on in my life. You know what I mean? I got a family that depends on me now. I can't be out to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just because, and I can't be running the streets, and you know, yes, I've changed a lot, and I'm absolutely proud of those changes. And hopefully you as well over the last 10, 20, whatever years have made positive changes that are going to help you get closer to whatever it is you want to be in life or whatever you want out of life. So
this has to change somewhat. We don't have to change who we are. We have to change the way we go about it. Because like I said, the consumption of music is higher than ever. The reason I focused on that because such a small thing changed my life, right? A 6th grade teacher said, you know what, you're kind of smart. And I believed her. I said, I'm smart, right? So she gave me that sort of opportunity. She sparked the idea in my mind. So that's why my first thing is the scholarship fund, because there are ton of very intelligent kids that's coming out of these urban areas who can make it all the way if given the opportunity. And so it's a challenge that I gave to my mom, and my mom is so involved with it. Like she gets on the bus and she takes these kids to their to interview with colleges, and now we're starting to see kids graduate from college, and
That's dope.
that sort of feeling, when it's real. I'm not just
One thing that's really interesting. You listen to some of the positive things that Jay-Z has going on, but one thing I've noticed about a lot of people is that, like, once somebody starts getting to a level or doing something that others haven't been able to accomplish themselves, it seems like once people get there, people all of a sudden start wanting to paint a picture of, oh, this person must be like this or must be like that, And I really try to be careful of allowing the media to influence and decide how I think or feel about a person. I try to base my decisions off what I hear coming out the horse's mouth. So, like, in terms of my interpretation of Jay-Z, or my, I guess, me reflecting on Jay-Z in terms of how much I know him, which is not really, like, I've never seen him in person. We've never sat down and chopped it up. But, like, so I go to, what I actually hear him say. I go back to his music, the albums. I go to, like, interviews, stuff like this. And then I try to utilize that to kind of form, my opinions on, if I think he's a positive influence in my life or negative influence or neutral or whatever. But, it's so many people who get so much into the conspiracy theories and things like that. And I'm not even arguing what is or isn't true. All I'm saying is, like, utilize the information that you're able to obtain on your own. You can't always go off of what you heard Billy Bob say. Like, just do your own research.
Just sitting home writing a check and, for whatever reason, make myself feel good or anything like that. It's just something that I really want to do, and I'm really
that's what's up. I almost want to click on that and watch it, but I'm not gonna do it right
I'm
now.
seeing the results. I'm seeing, we were getting our first graduates from the Sean Carter Scholarship Program, which is, like, for me, the best thing ever.
Oh, I don't even know what happened. Anyways, hey, I'm gonna get out of here. Screen just went to a whole different place. It's got a
But
whole
I
bunch
went
of
from
the other
having
window.
confidence
Don't
and
do that.
arrogance
Don't do that.
to
Don't
have.
do that. Went to a whole other window, and I'm not. Although I do want to watch this Jay video, I'm not about to do it right now. Appreciate you all for being here. I'm gonna get out of here for now. If there's any videos you want to see me react to, make sure you hit the subscribe button, but drop a link down in the description. Steve Dab 317, and I am signing out. Positive vibes only. Peace.